Imagine a global conflict, unfolding not on a battlefield, but in quiet laboratories and on frantic stock exchanges. The world's most powerful nations are locked in a silent, high-stakes battle. This isn't a war fought with soldiers or missiles, but with something far smaller, yet infinitely more powerful. This is the AI chip war of 2025. In this new era, silicon is the new steel, the fundamental building block of national power, and data is the new oil. The nation that controls the design and production of these tiny electronic brains will hold the keys to the future. The names are familiar: Nvidia, AMD, and their Chinese rivals, Huawei and Cambricon. But what connects these tech giants to the tools we're beginning to use every day? Think of ChatGPT generating an essay, or a self-driving car navigating a complex intersection. These marvels of artificial intelligence are not magic. They are born from an immense computational thirst. Training a single large AI model requires more power than a small city. This insatiable need for processing power can only be met by one specific piece of hardware: the graphics processing unit, or GPU. At the apex of this technological pyramid are hyper-advanced chips like Nvidia's H100 and AMD's MI300X. These aren't just upgrades, they are generational leaps, capable of performing quadrillions of calculations per second. Recognizing this, and facing a technological blockade, China isn't just racing to catch up. It's embarked on a national crusade to design and manufacture its own elite GPUs, a matter of pure survival in the digital age. Just a few years ago, Nvidia's dominance was absolute, controlling a staggering 90% of China's AI data center market. But then came the US sanctions, a series of escalating export controls designed to cut off China's access to high-end chips. The effect was immediate, but perhaps not the one intended. Nvidia's dominance is now fading fast. From the crucible of these restrictions, a powerful domestic alternative has emerged: Huawei's Ascend 910C chip. On paper, it delivers nearly the same computational punch as Nvidia's flagship H100, but at a fraction of the cost. Deployed in massive Atlas superclusters, these homegrown chips are allowing China to close the performance gap at a breathtaking speed. This is about more than market share, it's about national sovereignty. The US export controls have effectively turned semiconductors into a geopolitical weapon, a tool to slow a rival's technological ascent. The restrictions are so tight that even less powerful, watered-down Nvidia chips designed specifically for the Chinese market now require a license for export. China's response has been swift and strategic. It's not just playing defense, it's retaliating by banning certain American chips from government systems, accusing the US of violating antitrust principles, and most importantly, pouring billions into a state-sponsored push to achieve complete self-sufficiency. Fueled by this national drive, China is on track to triple its AI chip output, but its ambitions don't stop at its borders. It's actively rolling out its Ascend chips globally, finding willing partners in nations like Saudi Arabia and Brazil who are eager to build their own AI infrastructure without relying on the West. The strategy extends to every part of the supply chain. China is now aggressively developing its own high-bandwidth memory, or HBM, the critical ultra-fast memory that AI processors crave, directly challenging the long-held dominance of South Korean giants. The economic fallout is immense. Nvidia stands to lose up to $16 billion a year in Chinese sales, revenue that will now fuel its new competitors. As Chinese chip stocks surge, we are witnessing the supply chain fracturing in real time. Two parallel tech ecosystems are forming, one centered around the US, the other around China, each with its own hardware, standards, and rules. This conflict forces us to ask a fundamental question: who controls the future of intelligence itself? If AI is the engine of the 21st century, and that engine runs on chips, then whoever controls the chips controls the future. Are we entering an age of digital colonialism, where access to advanced intelligence is rationed by borders? As Elon Musk warns, AI is on a path to consume the sum of all human knowledge. But who decides what's worth knowing? What happens when an AI trained in the West and an AI trained in China, on different data and with different values, give different answers to the same question? This battle isn't just about hardware. It's a struggle for power, for sovereignty, and for the right to define future global leadership. As China builds its own silicon backbone and the US tightens its grip, a new kind of Cold War is descending, one coded in firmware and fought on wafers of silicon. In this silent war, victory won't be measured in territory but in the wisdom and the power etched into silicon.